And going through that the first time built your character. It was a foundation of something else you learned, and you kept grinding, and you kept meeting people. All the motherfuckers who laughed at me, or who maybe still laugh at me, they talk shit way too soon. But that's part of the chip on my shoulder. That's part of the drive. That's part of the driving fucking force. And these motherfuckers who said that shit, it's all good. You help me more than you know. I'm all about mindset, accountability. I'm also all about entertainment and music, being happy, following your dreams, all that good stuff. But when I hear people talk about failing forward, I don't think I ever really understood what that meant until just this past year. I mean, I don't want to go through my whole story. You guys can go to DarrynYates.com for all of that. You know, I refer to it a lot because it was, you know, it's the real deal. I'm not bullshitting when I talk about March of 2019. That was truly when I hit rock bottom. In fact, I don't think I ever remember hearing that term. I think whenever I would hear something about failure in the past, you know, you just thought of it as, you know, a sucky thing, you know, thought about things that, you know, you didn't do, or, you know, it sucked that I didn't get the big break in music with On Tracy Lane or some of the other bands I've been in, or a break doing some other stuff. So for a while there, I did. I don't want to say failure because, you know, the game wasn't over yet. I knew, you know, I wasn't 100 years old. I knew I could bounce back. I could figure something out. I always believed that something was going to work out. So I've never really been in the total depths of, oh my God, I failed. I mean, I've had my days, you know, I've had my hours, I've had my nights where I needed to not be around people because I was being a prick. So even in my rough days, I always had some kind of hope. I'm not sure that's my grandpa Yates, my dad's side, my mom's side, a little bit of both. You know, there was never 100% throw in the towel kind of thing. But I did look at it in that way, where if you didn't do something, if you didn't get to a certain level in a certain occupation or certain whatever, then it was a failure. But guys, I have learned failing forward is one of the most key concepts in making something happen in the entrepreneurial world, in business, your own business, being your own boss, online marketing, all that stuff. YouTube, building a brand, building a service, building what you're about. Building it takes time. You have to go through all that stuff, and the character and the experience and the knowledge and the stories and the connections and the networking and remembering what you did wrong and not making the same mistake and all that stuff. It is a fucking grind. It's years and years of all that stuff. That's what it's about. So failing forward means you either get it right, you either make it happen, or you get to the next level, or whatever your current task is, no matter how big or small it is. Once you do that, as long as you keep moving forward, you either win or you learn. Even when, you know, you learn more when you lose. You learn more about what you need to do when things don't go your way. Like running Facebook ads, you only change one thing to see what it was. What tweak did you make that changed it all? And you can't get to that point, that far number of takes. You can't figure it out if you're not willing to go through, quote unquote, the failures or the losses or the rough times. If you've never failed in life, if you've never done anything that you didn't succeed at, your goals were not high enough. Either that or you haven't done shit. And it's never too late. When I say that kind of stuff, I'm not talking shit about anybody. No disrespect at all. Because in a way, it took me a long time to figure it out. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Is when I think of failing now, it makes me happy. It makes me know that I'm in the game. It makes me know that I'm moving forward. It makes me know that I'm learning a ton of shit that's not working. But you can't say not working because you're building a foundation. Think of all the things that you did for all those years that didn't work. But once you get to a certain level, you go back and do the exact same stuff, all of a sudden it's huge because you built your brand. And going through that the first time built your character. It was a foundation of something else you learned. It was the foundation to something else that you figured out or that you knew about when someone else talked about it when you networked and you kept grinding and you kept meeting people. All the motherfuckers who laughed at me or who maybe still laugh at me, they talked shit way too soon because I was just finding my way. I was failing the forward. Now, when I watch myself back saying stuff like that or listen to it, I mean, I guess, you know, it depends on what kind of mood I'm in, but I usually hate to say that kind of stuff. But you guys, that's the chip on my shoulder. I'm saying it because I feel it. Call me whatever you want to fucking call me, but that's part of the chip on my shoulder. That's part of the drive. That's part of the driving fucking force. And these motherfuckers who said that shit or who thought that stuff, it's all good. You help me more than you know. The honesty, joking around, or the long-term disbelief in me for years that maybe some of you had. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. because I did more by the time I was 25 or 30 than most of those will ever do. It's crazy how, and I don't mean to go off on a tangent here, but I get fired up. All the people come at you. I say this, you guys, mirror this in your situation. When I talk about this kind of thing, put it to your stuff. Use that fire. Use that chip. Be real about it. It's all good. I love my haters. I probably know most of them. I party with a lot of them. And if they come up to me and want to hang out, let's hang out. It's all good. I love most of them. But that negativity they fire at me, I know it's all insecurity. It's things that they haven't done. All the people who are doing massive action, they don't come at you. Man, they support you. They will help you. So all the fuckers that come at you, who come at me, they're hurting, man. Gary Vee. I love Gary Vee. He always talks about kindness, man. Be kind. Be a loving, kind person. And that's what I am right now. Yeah, I get fired up and I'll talk, but it's not about the person personally, because I know that they're going through stuff. That's why they say it. For someone to create a fake account and hide and go into a fake YouTube account and rattle off a sentence from their computer, that person's in a pretty fucked up place. Now, if you're a hater and you're listening right now, I love it, because you guys should stick with me the most. You guys are the ones who need this shit the most. And I'm saying I'm a nobody. I'm admitting it. I'm admitting that things I've done in the past, they have not been super successful. But when I started studying all the entrepreneurs of the world, all the online marketers, I hate to mention names, I'm not going to, but all the YouTubers, all the guys, all the people that were making bank and having fun and doing something they loved and they're passionate about. I'm like, how in the world did these guys do this? I studied them all. Well, not all of them, of course. The one constant in all of their stories is they failed like a motherfucker. They failed left and right. The average number of failed businesses by super successful entrepreneurs and all that stuff, it's like 12. So if you haven't failed at anything, guys, start doing shit or have some bigger goals. Come on. A lot of what I've done, I call it successful because I've done it. I've actually done it. I've actually been on tour. I've been on a stage in front of 20,000 people. I've done a music video with a famous actress. I was paid to travel overseas to perform for our United States troops. I've sold records. I make money every single quarter from songs that I wrote. I've lived in Los Angeles. I've lived in Venice Beach. I've lived in Nashville. I've been in New York performing. I've been on tour. I've performed in front of 6 national acts. So I've done some shit. But the point is, whenever you guys hear someone talk about failure, that person has no clue what it's like to try to build a fucking empire. Try to do something big. Try to do something super successful and never have to worry about money ever again. You make so much of it that it doesn't even matter. You don't even think about it. Read the stories of guys who pursue that. Now, if you're talking about, finally making 80 grand, oh my God, I finally made it to 100 grand and I got my gold watch and I got all this stuff taken care of. Motherfuckers are making that shit in a week. So in that simple world, maybe failure is I didn't become an executive. I failed. You only have to work for somebody else. You got to be in the corporate. You got to be on a certain schedule. You have to kiss ass. You got to ignore all your real stuff you love. Ignore all the true stuff you're passionate about and just follow all the rules and be a total fucking faceless. That Pink Floyd video where the meat goes in the grinder, we come out. I mean, it's like, and no offense if you're happy doing it. If you're happy doing that, then you've won. Like Gary Vee always says, you have fucking won. I'm talking about the people that are miserable but still do it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're miserable and you still do it, you need to wake the fuck up because there's a ton of things that you could be doing. Ton of things. It takes action and consistency and failing forward. It's part of the game. That's the point here. Don't get discouraged. Be happy about it. As long as you move forward and learn, because the more you fail, the more you're on your road to success. If you keep going forward and learning from it and constantly going, you'll figure it out. It's the f***ers who stop, and most people just stop for whatever reason. A lot of people care what people think. A lot of people don't believe in themselves. A lot of people don't want to deal with, setting it all up, and there's a lot of, I've had to become a very technical guy. I mean, I know it's not super high tech, but I've had to learn a lot of stuff. Shooting my own stuff, and I learned that from Riot Radio. Riot Radio taught me a ton about what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? So some people say Riot Radio failed. Riot Radio was fucking awesome. Who didn't go to Riot Radio and not have a blast? Every single person who's a part of Riot Radio, every single person that walked through those doors, every single host we had, every single co-host, every single guest, I hold all those high up in my heart because we experienced something together that not many people do, and it was awesome. It was an awesome ride. If I would have had the backing I thought I was going to have in the beginning, for Riot Radio to even be doing anything at all, it was supposed to never even start. I'll talk about Riot Radio a whole nother time, but a year and a half ride of pure determination and gut and desire because I had no money. I'm not a sales guy. That. And I admit it. And guys, here's the deal. Check this out. Well, if you're still listening, you're going to get the thing here. This is going to be my thing. I'm only talking about what I'm selling at the end of my podcasts. I might do it for YouTube too. I don't know. Here's the deal. I want to take 10 artists, 10 bands, 10 singers, 10 whatever you do, anything in the arts. Doesn't matter. I want to take the first 10. And I'm going to create a group, and we're all going to talk, and we're going to network, and I'm going to talk to you guys about setting things up, your branding, your marketing, your imaging, your logo, your websites, your social media, your funnels, your songs, your angle, your why, your lineup, members, people that are part of your posse, digital distribution, which I can set you up with. I'm running a record label, OTL Entertainment. So I have a package for the first 10 artists who contact me. If this isn't you, spread the word. And it's going to be the lowest price I'm ever going to offer anything. Answering questions, walking you through it, holding your hand, whatever you guys need to get set up. I'm not going to guarantee you become a millionaire. I haven't become a millionaire yet. Once I become a millionaire, trust me, you're going to fucking know about it. And then I will tell people I can help you become a millionaire. So I'm just being totally real, but I can help you get set up and in the fucking game. I could get you distributed on OTL Entertainment. I've set it all up, but I got to get you ready. And some of you be a little closer than others. The first 10, I want to make this super personal, super one-on-one. I'm going to work my ass off for you. All the stuff I've done in 2020 with Rock and Roll Life Coach and Lean In and Dominate on Tracy Lane, that's been all me. I want people to know I'm your fucking guy, and you know that I can help you, and you're ready to work. So it doesn't matter what level you're at. I want to help you get set up. There's a lot of people out there who think that they're set up. So when you email me, Darryn at leaninanddominate.com, I will email you back with all the information. The first 10 artists who email me, and just put in the subject line, put legacy, Legacy, and then tell me your story. Tell me what you're about. Tell me what you want to do. Tell me where you're at. It'll be totally confidential. So it'll be mostly Facebook Live in a private group. I will do one-on-one with these first 10. Once a week, I'll get one-on-one with you. 6 times a week, I'm going to go in the group live. And I will never, ever, and a lot of people say a lot of shit about pricing and stuff, and I'm going to be totally fucking honest. Like I said before, I hate fucking sales. I fucking hate it. But this is just me giving out information and making a living at it. And you guys aren't paying for the hours I'm going to be with you. You're paying for that 30 years of experience. You're paying for that 30 fucking years of blood, sweat, tears. And now that I've had a transformation and I've bounced back, all that shit I went through before, it's like quadrupled. Because I figured it out. My mindset, failing forward, knowing the difference in that small town mindset of people who come at you versus the supporters and people who believe in you, and it's your people, it's your crowd, find your tribe kind of thing. That's what this is about. I mean, if I get 50 haters coming at me, but I got that one person that's got the fire, they got the fire back because of my ass. They got the fire back. That one person, I'm going to be cheering my ass off for you. Yes. And yes, sometimes when I get into it, I have to cuss. I'm sorry, Mom. I think I touched on everything I want to touch on. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my podcast. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, please subscribe to my YouTube page. There'll be a link somewhere around here, wherever you're watching this video. And my style is just kind of no style. So that's a style too. Sure, I'm in my sweatpants. I don't care if I'm shaved, whatever. Now, I wear these sunglasses because it's my trademark. I started doing it when I was a radio guy on CBS in St. Louis, and then I got my own morning drive radio show. And it just kind of stuck. That's the second reason. The main reason, because I'm blind as a bat. These are prescription sunglasses. That's how it started. I just forget to take them off because I can see better with them. See, back in the day, it was a whole different ballgame with the music business. People can make stuff happen online.
All right, felt good.
But yeah, you guys, it's all about consistency, you know? I don't think I stress that point enough. What does someone say? You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Start off slow if you need to. That's okay. And I know it's not easy. Trust me. But there are rewards every time you push through on the other side. Little nuggets, and then you get your big rewards. So keep going. Fail forward. Yeah, it's a good thing. Oh my God, I'm still on. Oh my God, the audio's still on, everything. Oh,
outside pool fun, huh?
I'm gonna give you whatever I'm feeling. So you're gonna get something pretty real. And I don't mean to drop them. I don't want to think about it. I don't even care. If I drop 10, I drop 10. I don't care. So I do it so freely and so into it. I don't care how many there are. Well, this chair's fired. We're gonna WD-40. I haven't used WD-40. You guys, I've always admitted that. I'm not much of a handyman. I'm not much of a yard worker guy. I'll do a little bit. I'll do up to an hour. After an hour, let's hire somebody. I got better things to do and work on. No offense to people who do it and enjoy it and they get away and stuff. You know, we work hard, so we should be able to pay people to do that stuff while we do, in my opinion, more important stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Okay. I'm tired of not saying what I truly feel.